They won't get a laptop stand.
Yeah, it's in the other thing. Jose, is it telling you that we're live? Oh yeah, it does. All right, we're hella live. Let's go. Let me just do some stuff real quick, Manny. Let me change the thumbnail. I still don't know how to do like the prep work in the beginning. So it's a little weird. So we'll get better. We'll get better as time starts.
Hey, bro, where'd y'all come up with the name Ben Sports?
So I gotta tell. I'll tell you that in secret. I'll tell you that in private. Yeah, yeah. It has like nothing to do.
Gatekeeping?
Uh,
It's my name, bro.
Jose said it's his name.
Hey, your brother doesn't watch soccer?
Nah,
Man, I gotta get him into it.
he's a Madrid fan, quote unquote.
You made a right choice.
He raps it, but he only knows Cristiano Ronaldo. That's all,
You're a lying sack of shit.
dude. We're on live.
Oh, damn, my bad.
Right, here you go. Bring the other mic. Get on this.
Um, I'm working on the video. It's classical.
This guy thinks he's a baller. Uh, all right. Cool, cool, cool. All right. And first epic live fail, but it's cool. It's okay. We're learning. What's up, Manny? How you doing today, brother?
Chillin', bro. How you doing?
Good, good. You excited for the game?
Nervous. I ain't gonna
Why are
lie
you
to you.
nervous?
I saw the starting lineup.
All right, let me pull him up. What starting lineup? We're talking about Madrid or Barcelona?
Madrid's
All right, what don't you like about the lineup?
Vasquez and Mendy.
Mm, yeah, I kind of agree on you with you on that. Vasquez and Mendy, that's a little. Both of them at the same time, especially that Mendy's coming back from an injury,
Bro,
it's a
Mendy
little hard.
hasn't played in weeks.
And he's facing
And
Lamine. I mean, let's face it.
you're gonna
Lamine
throw
facing
him up against an
anybody.
informed Jamal?
Yeah, like Lamine facing anybody is it doesn't matter, you know. But like he's just gonna do him dirty. Uh, but Mendy starting. So see, I'm telling you, that's the faith that Ancelotti has on Fran. He has zero.
Yeah, but he played a pretty good game last game. Created chances. He was dangerous down that side.
Right, right. Because look, the subs you have Fran, you have Jesus Vallejo, Looney, Endrick, Kylian Mbappe, bro. Your forward, your star man is on the bench. Obviously, he's coming from an injury, but most of these guys, this is the games that they want to play.
Yeah, that one caught me off guard. I thought he was gonna start Mbappe over Rodrigo, but I guess not.
You could have also put David Alaba, but he has more faith in Mendy than Alaba. And you have Lucas, I mean Luka Modric, and then Arda, and then Brahim. Oh, and Fran Gonzalez too. There's double Fran. Overall, I mean, I think the defense is pretty weak with on the left side and the right side. The center backs you knew it was going to be Rudiger and what's his name, the young kid,
Asensio.
Asensio. Now he's going. Actually, this lineup to me seems like it's a stronger lineup for Madrid, playing a 4-4-3, 4-4-2.
Yeah, that extra man in the midfield, it helps you, find open passes, and you can also pressure the other team's midfielder a little harder with that extra man.
Especially that Barca is a possession. based team, and they're always dominating the possession. They're gonna, sh- in theory, they should have an advantage because they're going with four midfielders and Barca's playing with three. But we know Ferran Torres is not a end-to-end striker. He's not a classic nine. He's more of a false nine. So he's gonna be helping in the midfield. But for Barcelona, we have two very big injuries with Lewandowski and Balde. Martin Gerard is going to be the left back. That might be the weakest link we have for this game.
I think it's really gonna show how bad y'all missed Balde today. If I'm being honest.
You think so?
Yeah, man. That kid. I don't think he's gonna be able to hold down Rodrigo. You got Bellingham out there. They're starting Fede in the middle. I don't think he's gonna do a good job.
I Look. Let me tell you who Gerard Martin is. For the people that don't know who Gerard Martin is a guy that will have an okay career being a Nacho, being a Valverde, being a Vasquez, where he's not going to be a superstar. He's not going to be the best player. He's not the worst player. He's just a very consistent player that does the small little good things great. He doesn't go forward, but he defends well. And there was a talk between having Hector Forge, who's an 18-year-old, another La Masia product. He's really good. He's really good going forward, but his defense lacks a little bit. But so for games like this, you want to put a player that has more experience, which is Martin, and is more defensive minded, especially if Real Madrid's going to counter. Most likely, Koundé is going to be the one that's going to be going up and down, the flanks. So I think this could be the game where Barca fans understand who Gerard Martin is. That he's just not some little sucker that is a sub. He's a decent player. He's not a star player, and he will never be a star player. Okay.
Wasn't he out there getting cooked by Dortmund in the second leg?
Oh, dude, he wasn't getting. He actually was one of the players that had a good performance. Barca played horrible, horrible, but he was one of the players that actually had a good game. But I don't know why. For example, on the Barca end, I don't understand the hate that he gets from the Barca fans.
Man, we are out here ready to sell Vasquez. We want Alaba, man. Hey, if you're not performing, you gonna get the hate.
So you got Tochmeni and you got Ceballos, Valverde, and Bellingham in the middle. Are you guys gonna mark Pedri like a man mark Pedri?
I think they're gonna double Pedri, if I'm being honest.
You have to.
Yeah, you gotta rough him up. You cannot let him get comfortable, dictate that game. You gotta rough him up and just press him, get the ball away out of his feet.
I think that'd be key because, and like you said, you just can't go in soft. You have to rough them up. You really have to rough them up and hope that all this embarrassment that Madrid did yesterday with the not showing up to the conference, saying that they might pull out of the game, that's in the ref's head, and he starts not calling fouls that should be fouls.
Yeah, man. You see, the referee came on an interview, said that his kids were getting bullied at school over it. Like, so I think it's gonna be in his head, like, oh, I cannot be biased towards Barca, and this game might get out of hand.
But I don't think he was ever going to be Barca versus Barca. And there was only three refs that can technically ref this game. I forgot what the rule is called. The rule is, but there was only three refs that can technically be the center ref, and he was one of them. I don't understand why Madrid wanted to do a whole press on like, hey, we got to change the ref, we got to change the ref, we got to change the ref. I get it that it might be a smokescreen for the horrible, football play that Madrid's been doing. I get it. Like, hey, we live in America where a place where politics, all they do is distract, and I get it. Florentino was like, let me get all my little minions from El Chiringuito, from all the sources. Let's create a distraction to distract how horrible and poor of a club we are in football matters.
I don't think that's exactly what was going on. This referee, he sent off Ronaldo, he sent off Vinicius, so it's gonna be interesting. Let's see what he does.
So you're telling me that he has a ref that has the cojones to actually send off a superstar is not a good ref?
I don't think you need to send them off, just to like settle them down. Obviously sending off a Ronaldo, that really changes the course of a game. That man he can win you a game in the last second.
Yeah, that is very true. But then again, we have a player like Mbappe who was supposed to be the next Ronaldo, but dude fell off the wagon when they were losing against Arsenal. We've all done that when our team's getting beat hard. We fake an injury. We're like, oh, let's go. I'm out. It doesn't matter if it's in the pro level or in the in the Sunday League superstar level, bro. Like we've all done that. Your team's getting mollywopped. They're getting their ass, their butt beat. You're like, oh, let me fake an injury real quick. Get the heck out of here.
Yeah, I can't say he is or isn't injured, but we just
He's
gotta take his
injured.
word for it.
He
But
is injured. Yeah.
man, he's out of position, and it shows. He's not putting up his regular performances.
Mm.
You've seen that man on the left wing, cook in the World Cup final, a hat trick, and it's just I think just being out of position, learning a whole new play style is really messing with him.
I agree. And then he's not a striker. He's not a striker. So that hurts him a lot. But also, I do believe that Madrid are stronger without a third forward. Because if you already have two guys that don't track back, even though Vinicius and Rodrigo started tracking back a little bit, but they don't put that they don't have that organized pressure to actually pressure the opponent to do like to make errors. So I think with just two up top and you having four midfielders is a stronger lineup to try to potentially combat Barcelona's ball possession.
Yeah, for sure. But also, it was part of Ancelotti's strategy to have those three up top ready to counter, ready to go. But I don't think he was expecting his defense to be this banged up and not be able to win the ball back to start those counters. So, because you see in the Arsenal second leg, Madrid came in with a much stronger press. So maybe Ancelotti told him like, "Hey, go ahead and start pressing. We got to get the ball."
Yeah, but the press is not organized. That's the issue. It's
Yeah,
just like
yeah,
they look like chickens without a head running on the field. It's not
yeah.
an
Definitely, you
organized
gotta.
press, where your three are pressing and then your midfield and then your backline are pushing up to reduce where they can actually play. So it's I don't I honestly see Madrid for this game. They're gonna sit back. I think they're gonna sit back. They're gonna try to take all Barcelona's punches, hope not to get scored on, and try to get them on a counter. What are your feelings on Madrid's end?
Fede, Ceballos, Chouameni, Bellingham, they're pretty good at pressing. They're pretty good at recovering the ball. So I do think they'll do a better job than they have in the past.
And you think that midfield is going to be enough to win the ball over against Barca's midfield?
You know, I would put them arguably as one of the best midfielder, those four combined. But Ceballos is not, on par with a Bellingham of Valverde. But I do think we have a strong midfield today. But I would have started out of that and dropped Fede down to the right back.
What is it with Ancelotti not trusting out of that when the other day he clearly saved you guys from still being in the league?
Dude, he saved that whole game. He took a long shot outside of the box, weak foot, and just banged it through the keeper's hands. So I don't know what more he has to do to get some playing time.
I don't understand it. Like I get that Ancelotti wants to die with the players that he's confident with and have had his back. But at some point, you got to improve the squad. That's why teams always, buy players to improve, and develop their squad. But it seems like Arda was helping the gameplay on that game against who was it against? Who you guys just played? 1-0.
It was Celta.
Celta. Was it Celta?
I think so.
No. Oh yeah, but
I can't.
Arda was helping you guys. It was against Alaves. No, Getafe. It was against
Getafe, you're
Getafe.
right.
Yeah. So Arda was helping you guys control the game on the first half. That seems that's something that you guys might need. But then again, it's like if you're an Ancelotti, you're like, okay, Arda can give me this, but Barca's players are way better. They run more. Is Arda really gonna influence the game?
Yeah, I think he's leaning towards a hard press with those midfielders.
Mm.
I don't see Arda, roughing up a Pedri, roughing up a Lamine Yamal. So that might be what he's trying to do is, get those four in the middle to just press hard. But still, man, he balled out. You know, he was controlling that game. He was creative. You know, he scored the winner in the last minute.
Mane.
Can you hear me? My
Yeah, I can
bad.
hear you. Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I would have trusted out of the. You played pretty good. Let's see if you can keep it going.
How important is it going to be to be able to come out from the back for Madrid, playing the
I
ball?
don't trust. I don't trust that back line at all. You know, aside
But
from
th- but then
Asensio.
what's your option? Kicking it up where Madrid's players are never going to win the ball.
No, I think as soon as any player, an Asensio or Rudiger can touch the ball, man, just get it to the midfield because they're not ball playing
And that's what I'm
defenders.
saying. How important is it going to be for for Real Madrid to be able to do that? Because what's your alternative? Kicking it up and then losing it?
Nah, you can't play boom ball. You gotta
Correct.
find somebody quickly.
Correct. And it's going to be very keen. It's going to be very important. But like you're saying, you don't trust your defenders to be able to do that initial touch.
Yeah, I think this game's gonna come down to the defense on both sides.
Who has a better defense?
I think
Come
they're
on,
pretty
Manny. The
even
world
this
is
this
watching
game.
you. The world is watching you,
I'm not
Manny.
gonna lie to you. I don't trust Martina, and then our center backs I'd say are on par with you, and then I guess you could give it to Barcelona just
No.
because.
In what world are your center backs at par with Barca center backs? In what world?
Man, I trust Rudiger and Asensio in a Champions League final.
I made a video on, and I got so much feedback from it. Some good, some bad. How the more Asensio plays, the more like just normal type of player he looks, and it's very true.
Still
It's
balling
because a
out,
lot of
man.
people, a lot of people hype him up because of his speed. I get it, but outside of that, he's not a like if Cubarsí, if Cubarsí was a Real Madrid player and was a starter and is playing would be playing at Madrid the way he's playing at Barca, every Madrid would be like, oh, we have the best center back in the world.
You know, I believe Asensio has 2 assists off a long ball. He's pretty good at finding players that are pretty far from him.
I understand
And
the
that
image you have in your
pace.
head. I understand that image you have in your head against Man City, brother. But it was more of a defensive error than than Asensio's assist. I know the first assist he did. I think it was like the first game he ever played or started.
Yeah,
That was a really nice assist. Okay, but the goal against the goal against Man City, that was an error by Diaz. It was so bad. It's like it just shows how poor Man City has been this whole season.
but last season Diaz was regarded as one of the best center backs in the world.
I agree. I agree. But from last year you guys were in Champions League. This year you guys are at home.
Hey, y'all finally got past the quarterfinals in 6 years. I'll let you have
Yeah.
it.
How important is this game going to be for Madrid if they win to try to fight for the league?
I think if you find a way to, just dog Barca, which I don't think they will, but if you can get like a 3-0 or 4-0, I think you could mess them up mentally and make them lose focus.
Like get them out of their zone.
Yeah, throw them off because, man, they've been balling.
Who are you most worried? Obviously, let's not say Lamine because Lamine, we all know what he can do, and especially against Mendy. Oh, y'all need to have a rosary with you. Um, but what other player aside from Lamine do we think is gonna ball out from each team?
I think Rafinha's going to bounce back, being guarded by Vasquez, if I'm being honest.
hmm But then again, Rafinha's gonna Vasquez is gonna have the help of Valverde too.
Yeah, you obviously want somebody helping Vasquez because that man's a liability.
hmm
But, what good is that doing, sending a double when you could just start Fede right there anyways?
Right. That's true. What about so? Who do you think from the Madrid side could ball out?
I really want Bellingham to show up.
Mm.
I know what he's done against Barcelona. I know what he's done against other teams. This man is a killer when he's playing that false nine role.
I think Bellingham for Real Madrid is actually a really good choice right now. I don't see Mbappe doing an Undertaker and coming back from the dead. You know, he might play a couple of minutes, and if Madrid is down, they might put him in a couple of minutes just to, you know, keep selling you guys fake hope. But I think Bellingham is the only player that physically can challenge Barca's defense and mid.
But also keep an eye out for Rodrigo. You know, you got superstar Rodrigo coming in, and that man
He's a
hasn't
low-key
scored in
sleeper,
about
huh?
23 games.
He's a
It's
low-key
been about
sleeper.
23 games, man. You got to score today. Give me
Yeah.
something.
If he doesn't score, Manny, let's just be realistic here, brother. If he doesn't score, he doesn't have a great game at the 70th minute. When does Ancelotti normally do subs?
Man, it's because in the start of the season, he was waiting till about the 80th, 85th
Correct.
minute.
And now he's
But
doing it like early, like the 70th. If by the 70th minute Rodrigo's is just not his game, they're obviously not going to take out Vinny, and then you're going to bring in Mbappe most likely. He doesn't have a good game. Is this Rodrigo's last season?
I don't think so. That man he's got the talent to be one of the best wingers in the world. And you just can't give up on somebody like that that's so young, you know.
Yeah, but it's I don't know who you're gonna bring. I don't know if Globe's gonna come next year or if Ancelotti's gonna stay. I heard rumors that Xavi Alonso is already in the works and the contracts are pretty much finished. I don't I don't see what coach. I don't even think Pep Guardiola could. Maybe actually only Pep would be able to make these three players play on top as cohesive. But hey, seems like our boy Manny has been frozen a little bit. He's a lollipop. Manny. Well, guys, this is the tailgate. We're gonna do a better tailgate soon when we it's because it's raining outside, so we weren't able to do the cooler, grill up some stuff. Jose, say what's up.
What up? Can you see me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Jose, come here real quick. Come here real quick.
Subscribe.
Come here.
You know, like button.
Yeah. All right, Jose. So you don't really watch that much, football, soccer, but this is a clásico, okay?
What is a clásico?
El clásico is between Real Madrid and Barcelona.
Is it just them two?
Yes, it's the only clásico. Others are called derbies and whatnot. But why do you like Real Madrid?
Because Shohei Ohtani, he's my favorite player.
How many goals has Shohei Ohtani made?
I think he just win like a what is it the Ballon d'Or?
Shohei Ohtani did
Yeah,
win the
Shohei.
Ballon d'Or. That's right.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because he got loaned to Los Angeles, right? Or was it?
Yeah, to the Dodgers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's the first player to ever go from Spain to MLB. Yeah.
MLB. All right, that was Jose's hot take. But yeah, guys. So this is the tailgate. We're about to be signing
That's
up.
why I'm not on the videos, guys.
That's why he's not on videos. But we're gonna be signing off shortly because we're gonna watch this game. We'll do some halftime updates. Hopefully, in my case, Barca's winning and Barca's leading this. In Manny's case, well, we'll see what's up. But yeah, so if who's ever tuned in, if nobody's tuned in or somebody's watching this back, later on in like a year or two, you know, hopefully you can enjoy this type of content and you subscribe to our channel, help us build our channel. We're trying to get up to 1,000 followers on TikTok so we can actually go TikTok live and bring you guys more direct content on whatever platform you guys are at. But yeah, overall, we're excited for the game. We're excited. We're ready to get it going. Jose's over here working on some videos. So it's all good stuff, guys. It's all good stuff. Look at this. Look at this. Let me show you this. So my girlfriend bought me this shirt. Let me connect back.
Throw that to the trash.
So my girlfriend bought me this shirt directly from the stadium, the Barca store stadium, and my hope is to one day be able to go watch Barca play. Maybe we're gonna do that next year. And if anybody from España, alguien de España le gustan nuestros videos, ojalá el año que venga y sea un 6 y nosotros podamos estar allá haciendo esos videos directos con ustedes. But hopefully we can do that, guys. We're gonna be signing off shortly here. The game starts in 10 minutes. Visca Barça, Visca Catalunya. Yeah. But alright, guys, like I said, if you guys like these videos, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. let your friends know, let anybody know that we're going ham here. We're going hard. See you guys next video.